My name is Mark Creamer. So I was in late June of 2022 this year. I got real sick. I had a real bad intestinal bug. Did a CT scan as part of the evaluation, and the doctor came in and said, "Hey, you're gonna be fine. You know, gotcha. This bug's not gonna be a problem for you, but you've got a mass on your kidney that we found in the CT scan, and you might want to have somebody take a look at that." So I'm walking out of there going, "Man, I thought I had an upset stomach, and it looks like I've got a tumor on my kidney." Long story short, we had about a 4-month walk with this, where God was just speaking into my life and teaching me more and more about Him and taking me deeper into Him. But the day after I found out I had this tumor on my kidney, I was praying and reading the Word, and God just spoke to me just just gave me some scripture. It said that, just told me that this wasn't going to kill me. He showed me through scripture that I'm not my own, that I was bought with a price, and that He was going to fulfill His purposes in me. Is what the specific scripture that he showed me, that God was going to fulfill His purpose in me. MRI comes back, and I sit down with the doctor, and he's like, "Yeah, you've got a tumor on your kidney, and it's probably cancer. 85, 90% chance that it's cancer." And he says, "And the MRI found another one in your other kidney." I was like, "Oh man, I've only got 2 kidneys, now I've got a tumor in each one of them." But I just, God just kept speaking into me that, that this wasn't going to get me, that, He's going to fulfill His purposes in me. And I just kept hanging on to that and walking with it. And He had really been showing me all the year prior that it's such a simple thing, but it's hard to live, that God can obviously do anything, but that where I stop, where the end of me stops, that's where He can really start. And you spend your whole life just doing things. I can do this, I can do that, I can do whatever, and just learning that when I get to the end of me, that's when God's really free to start doing God things, doing big things in my life. And God's, this whole time, He's just reassuring me. My life group just came around me and supported me like nobody's business. A couple of men just took it on themselves just to walk beside me with this. I was getting texts daily and just a lot of support. Just really helped. There was one day at work early on, I was just at work, and I just felt the Lord was telling me that I needed to come to church and have the pastors pray for me and anoint me with oil. I think that's in James, I believe. And I was like, "God, is that you?" And so I just did it. I didn't call church ahead or nothing. I just jumped in my truck and drove to church and came walking in and told everybody what was up, and everybody just stopped what they were doing, prayed for me, anointed me with oil. And I had surgery. They took the one tumor out on the larger tumor, the first one they found. And a couple weeks later, I went back to see the surgeon, and he looked at me and he said, "Go home, you're fine." So, I had 10%, maybe 15% chance that it was, benign, and he's basically saying, "There's no cancer here, just go live your life. You got a lot of life to live, go live it." What he said there was really the message that God was giving me. It was, like I said earlier, I was bought with a price. I'm not my own. He's going to fulfill his purposes in me. And I really have a strong sense now that God extended my life and my days are his. And I want to honor him with every day now. Thought maybe I was dying of cancer, but God kept me from walking in fear. He kept me just close to him and speaking to me everything I needed to know along the way. And I'm very grateful for the mighty God that we serve.